Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we're tackling something that impacts literally every single one of us, how we pray and start our day every single morning. We're going to focus on reclaiming your morning, taking it back from the chaos and turning it into this solid foundation of power and peace. Because let's be honest, for so many of us, the morning doesn't feel like a fresh start. Actually, scratch that. It feels more like a starting gun in a race we're already losing. So let's talk about how to completely transform that experience with a practice that is as ancient as humanity itself, but honestly, more desperately needed today than ever before.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about it right now. What is the exact, literal first thing you do when you open your eyes? Do you instantly reach for your phone? Are you swiping through this endless barrage of notifications, checking urgent work emails, reading super stressful news headlines, or maybe suddenly worrying about bills? Do you let the entire world just rush into your brain before you've even had a chance to take a single conscious breath? For most of us, the answer is a hard yes. We literally launch ourselves out of bed already operating in this intense state of high anxiety, fear, and defensive reaction. Our minds are just spinning before our feet even hit the floor.
It's a crazy contrast, right? On one side, you have the typical modern morning. You grab the phone, soak in all that stress, respond to emails, and basically let the world dictate your mood for the rest of the day. But on the other side, there's this ancient, incredibly effective solution of a spiritual morning: silence, deep breathing, and gratitude. It's a choice, right? A choice between reacting to the world's chaos or proactively setting your own inner peace. A spiritual reset isn't about running away from your responsibilities. It's about prepping your mind and soul so you can handle those responsibilities without being totally crushed by them. All right, let's dive into section 1, the morning moment, a universal spiritual truth. What's absolutely fascinating when you look at our source materials, whether we're talking about Catholic reflections from the Dominican sisters or Buddhist teachings, is that the early morning is universally revered as the most sacred time of the day. It's when the world is quiet, the noise of daily life hasn't really ramped up yet, and your mind is clear. It's like this perfect, undisturbed canvas. St. Francis de Sales beautifully captured this when he wrote, "The morning is the best and most useful part of the day, the freshest and freest hour." He even noted that the little birds are waking up to praise the divine. You aren't fighting against the afternoon slump or the heavy burdens of the evening yet. You're taking advantage of the day's absolute freshest hour to set your spiritual compass, right before the winds of daily life try to blow you off course.
So here's the absolutely crucial point. True energy comes from faith, not just your morning coffee. Look, we all love our coffee. We rely so heavily on caffeine to jolt our physical bodies awake, but honestly, a cup of coffee does absolutely nothing for a tired, anxious soul. Drawing on scriptures from the sources like Psalm 5:3, where it says, "In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice," or Isaiah 40:31, which promises that those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength and soar on wings like eagles, we see this really profound principle. Offering gratitude and seeking guidance at dawn is what actually revives the human spirit. It gives you this enduring, quiet strength that a shot of espresso simply cannot replicate.
Moving right along to section 2, internal focus. Prayers for peace and healing. Because, before you can fix the world outside, you have to tend to the world inside. Look at the sheer breadth of human experience covered in these 5 short prayers, which are derived from Catholic teachings. Every morning you can pray for your family and loved ones, asking for their protection. You can pray for comfort for a broken heart when you're feeling incredibly weak. You can hand over life's inner turmoil and the dizzying confusion of your mind. You can ask for strength against immense workplace pressures. And ultimately, you pray for a totalizing peace in mind, body, and spirit. It's literally about emptying this massive, heavy backpack of worries every single morning. And we can synthesize this so beautifully with Buddhist morning vows. The goal here is exactly the same: cultivating a mind as steady as the earth and as peaceful as the sky. What a gorgeous image, right? It's about silencing that loud, demanding ego. When you practice humility in the morning, you are actively deciding not to let pride or anger dictate your reactions. You even wish compassion upon those who might envy you or cause you harm. By doing this, you are building an internal fortress of peace. So no matter what someone says to you later in the day, your mind remains steady, grounded, and completely undisturbed. Which brings us to section 3, external focus, praying for work and wisdom. So the ultimate question is, how do you carry this quiet inner peace right into the middle of a chaotic workplace, a super stressful interview, or a really demanding project? Well, this definition from our sources is absolutely vital. Praying for work is a moment to gather calmness, confidence, and persistence. It is not a substitute for effort. Looking at it from a Buddhist perspective regarding karma, a successful interview or a thriving project comes from the seeds you planted.
your accumulated skills, the late-night studying, your hard work. You can't just pray for a promotion and then do absolutely nothing, right? Instead, the morning prayer serves to center you. It prevents anxiety, fear, and self-doubt from ruining the hard work you've already put in. It aligns your calm mind with your actual capability, letting your true potential shine through without all that interference from stress.
All right, section 4, the attitude of prayer, putting it into practice. Having the right mindset and knowing the physical preparation required is what turns this from just a nice idea into a life-changing daily habit. And hey, you don't need a theology degree for this. You just need intentionality. So I'm going to walk you directly through these 4 highly practical steps. First, find a quiet place. It could just be the edge of your bed or a chair by the window, somewhere away from the noise. Second, breathe deeply. Take a few slow, conscious breaths to physically signal to your nervous system that you are safe and grounded. Third, state 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as your health, your family, or just the sunlight. And fourth, set your intention for the day. Ask for guidance, patience, and strength. You can so easily integrate this simple 4-step procedure into your routine tomorrow, before you even touch your phone.
But always remember, a peaceful mind must be paired with active hands. The most beautiful, transcendent morning prayer always ends with concrete action in the real world. After you open your heart and find your center, you gotta open your textbook. You gotta prep for that meeting. The spiritual reset isn't some escape from reality, it is the ultimate preparation for it. It perfectly bridges your inner spiritual peace with your external, real-world effort, making everything you do more focused, more kind, and honestly, infinitely more effective.
So I want to leave you with a final question that challenges how you'll wake up tomorrow. Will you let the world control your day, rushing in with its anxieties and demands the absolute second you open your eyes? Or will you take control, claiming that first, fresh hour for yourself through morning prayer and a true spiritual reset? The choice is entirely yours, and it starts the very next time you wake up. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I truly hope your mornings become a source of immense power and peace.